Hey y'all, it's Jen for Love of Iris. Welcome back to another video. Today's project is going to be an extension of the last project, but you can use it on your own if you want to. We made this in the last video, and what we're going to make today are the actual tea bag pouches that go inside. They are just little flaps, and then inside you have your tea bag of any kind. They will fit most standard size tea bags. And I think it holds like 8 in this box. So let's get started. You will need a piece of pattern paper of any kind that you like. Measures 4.5 by 6. So on the 4.5 inch side, let's turn this around. We are going to score at 1/2, and it's easier for me to score it on this side at the half than it is on the other side. So score it at 1/2. So we're going to pretend we scored it at a half there. And 3.5. Okay. And then turn it around, and on the 6 inch side, we're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5.5. Okay. So this is going to be our little pouch. So let's fold and burnish our score lines. And this would be a great get well present for someone who's not feeling their best. You could sit it on their desk at work or something. That's what I plan to do with mine, because the flu is going around Alabama. Something awful. Everybody's had it this year. So, okay, so right now, as it stands, this is what you have. You have a small side here. You have a big side here. So this is a 1 inch and this is a 1/2 inch. And then you've got a little tab here, and then it folds in half, okay? So we are going to do some trimming. And what we're going to do is on the side that, now this is the 6 inch side. So on this little side here, this flap, we're going to just cut everything except the middle. And we're going to miter corners there, because we're just going to create a little flap for us to adhere our thing together. So we are like this now. This is the big side. This is the small side. So what I like to do is I like to have the big side on top, because I know that's my flap that's going to fold over, and this is my bottom that I'm gonna use to attach. So here's your little flap now. You want to remove this piece right here. This little rectangle right here. And this rectangle here. Okay? So opposite sides. You don't want them to be the same side. Okay? So opposite sides you want to remove. So let's just cut up our score line here. And remove this side here. And you can use a trimmer if you want, if you don't feel steady with your scissors, but it's not that big of a cut, so I don't mind using my scissors. Okay, and now with this big piece here that we have left, this big flap, we're going to round the corners of it. I'm just using a corner rounder for this. It's not, any corner rounder will do. Okay, so this is what we have now. Now we need to put adhesive on the outside of this, okay? So we need score tape here and score tape here, or any strong adhesive you like. Fast Fuse, oh, I think that's been discontinued. Tear and tape, multimedia matte, anything that you want to use, you go right ahead and use. I like score tape. So, remove my backing. And then what's going to happen is we're going to take this one and fold it here. And this one and fold it here. And that should create our little pouch. Okay? So there's our little pouch. And our tea will fit nicely in there. So then just grab a tea bag. Any will do. I'll show you. This is the one that I was using before, because it's just different flavors. But then here's peach mango. This is a Lipton tea bag. It fits in there nicely. You may have to fold down just a smidge to get it to fit because it was a little bit taller than what I have. Same thing with this. This is one of those medicine tea bags. I use it when I have a sore throat and I have to sing. And that fits in there nicely as well. So that's where we are now. So we'll leave that one in there. And then we are going to take the Label Me Pretty. I think it's discontinued, but I just like this. I like this to go on the outside. And this Balloon Celebration, I don't know if it's discontinued or not, but we're going to use the Come Let Us Sit Together and Drink tea. And we're going to create our label with that. So let's get a piece of white cardstock. Any white will do. And I'm going to use this piece here because it's just a scrap and it works fine. So I need, nope, too small. This block for that one. And then let me get out the Come Let Us Sit Together and Drink tea. Come let us sit together and drink. I need to clean it off because it's not very sticky. Okay, come let us sit together and drink tea. So what I'd like to do first with this, and I'm going to use Early Espresso because that is the cup. No, I'm not. I'm going to use Soft Suede. Yeah. I like to stamp this part first and then cut it out because I seem to get a better result that way. So there's my flowers, and I may have to trim this just so I can get my punch in there. And then I like to punch it first before I stamp my words, because sometimes I can get the words on there straight and sometimes I can't. When I have this circle part cut out already, then I know exactly how high I can go and how low I can go. Without that circle, I might stamp off and it wouldn't look good. So with this being a photopolymer stamp set, you can just look through here. Come let us sit together and drink. Love it. And tea. Isn't that sweet? Love it. Okay, so now what you have to do is you want to position this just high enough to where it will close the thing up. So just between this first scallop here, I don't know if you can see that because it's white on white, but let me do it here. There we go. Just right here between this first little scallop here is where you want to position that. So you need to have some dimensionals or foam adhesive, some type of pop dots or something. And I put 3. I put 1 in the middle and 1 on each end. But if you have tape or something, just run a strip there. And then you want to position this, like I said, you don't want it too high because then the flap won't be able to come out of there. But something like that. So if you can see, there's my bottom of my flap. That way it will open nicely and you'll still be able to close it without messing. Let me do that again. It'll open nicely and you'll still be able to close it without messing up the lid too much. Because if it were down any further, you wouldn't be able, it'd be too much label and not enough lid. Does that make sense? Anyway, so then these will fit in here so sweetly. And there's 7, and I had another one. There we go. So there is 8 tea bags. And the person will have a nice little get well gift, thinking of you, something like that. Somebody who loves tea. It doesn't have to, they don't have to be sick, just somebody who loves tea. And there's your sweet little package. And that label looks, you can see it right through that clear pocket that we made, or that clear window that we made. So hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.